Nieman started his performance, privately honing his skills, thinking, "Today I will go viral on YouTube." As the rhythm stabilized, old Buddha relaxed, and seeing his approving gaze, Nieman regained his confidence, with no surprises. The studio band made a sensational debut, seizing the first place in the competition with their astonishing performance. Upon returning to class, old Buddha made a crucial decision, promoting Nieman to the position of lead drummer and officially handing him the reins. Nieman was over the moon, even lost in music on the bus, but at the family dinner, the elders were indifferent to his achievements. After a bold speech, Nieman left the table, needing only old Buddha's approval. But Nieman was not. After practice, old Buddha kept him back to show him the new tempo. Then he introduced Nieman to the new drummer, who turned out to be Connolly, the star player from his old band. Nieman's face suddenly dropped, filled with confusion about the whole situation. Old Buddha had them play separately, and upon hearing Nieman, bluntly declared, "Not good enough." In contrast, Connolly received an okay from old Buddha, who totally ignored Nieman afterward. Just then, old Buddha took a call, and Nieman knew had played better than Connolly, so he angrily confronted old Buddha. Old Buddha's words triggered Nieman's fury, leading him to break up with his girlfriend the next day. The reason? He believed love would slow down his drumming practice. "No distractions, thank you very much." Free from distractions, Nieman embarked on a relentless practice spree fueled by rejection, anger, and a hefty dose of confusion directed at old Buddha. The next day in class, old Buddha surprised everyone by playing a DVD featuring a trumpet solo by a student from 6 years ago. This ungifted but hard-working student became lead player through old Buddha's encouragement, only to die in a car accident. Forever gone, leaving old Buddha a rare moment of emotion as he shed a tear. But during practice, old Buddha switched gears, demanding the 3 drummers take turns. In the end, not one satisfied him, and old Buddha was back at it, raging. He made the other musicians wait outside until one drummer managed to keep up. Thus, the 3 drummers tirelessly followed old Buddha's demands, performing their hearts out. This girls' showdown had them pouring all effort into their performance, oblivious to fatigue. Nieman was desperate for that lead drummer position, pounding on the drums like a madman and drenched in sweat. The drummer's hands were almost worn to the point of bleeding, at which moment old Buddha urgently exclaimed, "Hurry up, we can't afford to delay any longer. Come on. Keep playing, please," he kept shouting repeatedly. "Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. You really can't just leave. Or do you want to give my drummer a heart attack? All right, we can start now." After nights of insane practice, old Buddha announced, "Tomorrow at 5 p.m, performance. Latecomers beware." For Nieman, this was his debut performing as the lead drummer, making him extremely anxious on the way. He was going over the sheet music in his head when suddenly, the bus had a flat tire, sending Nieman into panic mode. Fearing being late, missing the performance was worse than facing old Buddha's wrath. Nieman had to do whatever it took. He burst into the rental company, but out of sheer panic, forgot his drumsticks inside as he sped away. Nieman dashed frantically towards the venue, filled with anticipation, but upon meeting old Buddha, he was shockingly informed that the performance opportunity had been given to backup. Hearing this nearly broke Nieman. Old Buddha countered, "At least you need drumsticks." It dawned on Nieman had lost his weapons. He wanted to borrow drumsticks, but old Buddha said, "Forget it, no way." Old Buddha granted him a mere 10 minutes. If he fails to return within that time span, he'll have to settle for being a backup. Consequently, Nieman's despair grew deeper and deeper, with no improvement in his mood despite undergoing one failure after another. The same old journey, the same feelings, Jade. Why not just tell Fletcher, "Incoming, you mother asterisk asterisk." A sudden car accident made Nieman pause for a few seconds, struggling to crawl out. He couldn't care less about his injuries or the accident. All he thought about was making it to the performance. Disheveled and battered, he dashed onto the stage. His obsessive determination and years of pressure made old Buddha stare intently, and when the music began, Nieman stepped onto the stage, pain clearly etched across his face, having just survived a serious car accident. In such a state, how could he possibly manage to perform? The bizarre and awkward scene was simply unbearable, leaving old Buddha with no choice but to halt all activity. See, at this moment, everyone desperately needed a short break. Nieman was in immense agony, suffering that went far beyond the physical, exclaiming, "Can we please address this issue first?" After a great deal of trouble and effort, Nieman eventually managed to meet a lady accompanied by his father, inquiring about the details surrounding this incident. She explained that the girl from Sean's class suffered immensely, but so did he, and it appeared to be an accident. In truth, she died by suicide. Casey had struggled with depression since becoming All Buddhist student, which only worsened. Many parents thought Old Buddhist teaching methods were extreme, inflicting psychological scars on students. As Nieman's father, he didn't know much about music, just wanted to protect his kid. He hoped Nieman would take the right path, and with his guidance, Nieman eventually agreed. Moreover, Nieman gave up his dreams, smashed his records, put away his drums. Subscribe.